Hello, everybody. Rambo here, and oofta. That was a rough one today. Um, but you got to do what you got to do. I actually did pretty good today on some pre-market picks, but the OTC kind of took it on the chin today. AAPT right here, breaking away from the downtrend. We're at a -1 deviation. If we break tomorrow below where we're at right now, we're looking at 0086 for horizontal support down to 0.0066 is where I'm probably looking at. It's pretty close to the actual double bottom here at around the 0.0049 area. So if it doesn't stop there, we're gonna be coming down somewhere around here, obviously. So doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure that one out. So CYBL, boy oh boy, same story, breaking away from the downtrend. Again, I still am looking at 0.0186. It's getting awfully steep. If we break through there, we might hit this trend line right here, the support trend line, or the horizontal is what I'm thinking of. It's around here, and we have the deviation line right here. So somewhere around the 0.0112 area. Um, Guys, don't be discouraged, right? Just as happy as you were when it was up here, and you shouldn't get that happy. You have to treat it as a business, like a computer or a robot. That's why you sell when it's up here, and then you buy when it's down here. Um, because you have to remember, you have to have it in the back of your head. This is way above the average price right here. And I know psychologically we want it to keep going up, so we envision it just continue to rocket up. But when it starts coming down, just get out. I'll show you an example of that later on. As just wait for it to come down and start bouncing, then buy back in. So that's what we have for CYBL. FERN today really took one on the chin. Now we're below average. We're at the zero point 0.5 negative deviation. We do have support here. So we'll see what's in store with FERN. We're breaking away from the downtrend on FERN also. So we definitely could see more red. We could come down to the 0.0194 area before we make a bounce. But again, guys, remember December is the worst month of the year for the market, pretty much on average. So now we just got done. They're probably just trying to shake out the last of the shaky hands here. I still do now. Again, I'm just no man upstairs in a dark room looking at 3 monitors. But I still think there's going to be a great bullish run here for the OTC in December, January, going into February. So don't sweat things quite yet. So that's what I have for FERN. ILUS. ILUS took a little bite. It broke the pitchfork. It did hold at support here at 038, 0.379. So we'll see what ILUS does. Usually when it breaks the pitchfork, it's done it before. It's come back up and gotten back in it. But ILUS has been obviously struggling since that double top. So this might find its way back down to the average price of around 0.3157. And that might not be the end of it. We might, maybe come down to 0.2925 area before we make another move up for ILUS. Or maybe, it came all the way up to the 1.5 deviation. It could come down to the negative 1.5 deviation, 0.1413 area or so. But that shouldn't scare you. Again, it went up. This is the average line for a reason, guys. It's the average price. So if it comes way up, it's going to come down and average out the price. Now, the average price obviously is moving up because it's in a really good uptrend. So, the negative one deviation right now is 0.1779. Okay, that's like, oh my goodness, it's going to get down that low. Well, no, the price keeps coming up, and it's going to, day after day, um, unless it tanks in one day. But I'm not going to, hopefully that doesn't happen. But, well, it could be, something like this and even consolidate. And if you look, then, the negative one deviations at point one at point 0.3. So you just have to remember the dynamics of the charts and the deviations as they move through time. So, but that is a possibility that we could come down there, and that would just average out the price. So, after ILUS, we have PUGE. PUGE looks like maybe it bounced here. We hit the average price. And we stood there, so that's somewhat of a good sign. Does that mean now we're going to bounce? No, not necessarily. We could continue downward tomorrow, but that's a sign. Usually, it's an indecision kind of a doji here, so things can go either way. Hey, I'm right? It's going to go up or it's going to go down. Thanks for watching, but. We'll see what happens here. The thing is, what I don't like, it's creating space between the downward trend line and where it's at. That's usually mean the bearish trend is getting stronger. So I wouldn't be surprised if it does come down to the 0.0058 area, and SPQS, another negative day today. But again, here we have a doji on the average too. Look kind of familiar, doesn't it? But it is creating more space between the price and the downtrend resistance line here. But again, support at 0088 or 87. We'll see what happens with SPQS tomorrow. We do have some support along this line right here, just under the negative 0.5 deviation. We have definite support here. So I would not be surprised if it comes down to the 0071 area, and then deciding where to go from there. And then last but not least, TONR, really taking it on the chin. This is at least is breaking away slightly, but the downtrend is so fast. And again, head and shoulders type of look to it. We better break it soon, else we'll probably come back down to the shoulder area at 0.0034. Usually what happens is it comes down to the middle area right here, usually, or down at this area, 0011 area, before it bounces back up to a shorter height of the previous shoulder before coming back down with that. So that's toner. Now a little lesson for the day, I guess, was TONH, I believe it was. No, it was TANH. There we go. Okay, so just a little lesson, I guess, for those of you who have Thinkorswim. Alerts, guys, are very, very important. I know the people in the Discord see me making them all the time. I think I have like 90 alerts out there. That way I don't have to look at 90 charts. I had an alert today once it broke 0.95 to get into a trade because there wasn't a lot of resistance here, and the history of TANH is very explosive, and I got the alert today. It's easy to do. You just on the chart, wherever you want to put the alert, right above a resistance line. You just right click. You come down here and you create alert, and that way you will be alerted. You could, I have customizable alerts that will tell me to buy or tell me to sell. And another thing is you could go off of trend lines. So again, here's this long trend right here. I can put a trend line on there, and now instead of babysitting it every day, I just come over here and you just click on the trend line, and then right here it says create alert withdrawing, and then you could click on that, and then you could the price as it crosses below. Well, in this instance, we want to have it where it crosses above the trend line, and then I don't have to look at the chart. I mean, here, forever, this downtrend would keep going, and then after it breaks that trend line, then I'm like, oh, okay, I'm going to look at that stock. So it saves you a lot of time and makes you more efficient as a trader, to be able to have a lot of control over a lot of stocks without having to spend a lot of time looking at them. So that's what I wanted to talk about with TANH, and same thing. I got alerted. I got in. I got out at 154 or something like that. Here, I was, a little afraid of this bullish crab. This is the reversal zone. We got up quite a bit in there, so I was like, I'm happy with. I made 37%, and if this rips, guess tomorrow, fine. Maybe I'll get in and play it for a longer haul. I think I traded it off of the 3-week. Because we came up here and then we're in resistance. So I knew here's where I had my alert. As soon as I saw it break this resistance right here, I thought that it would really take off, probably up just to 1.28. But the big resistance here is in the automatic resistance and support lines that I have. And look where it stopped. Right at 149. It got up to the 1.6s, something like that. I think was the height of the day. 1.56. So when you do your homework and you look at all the charts, you look to the left. You go. I went all the way back to the 20-year, and I looked at the weekly chart. This is 3 years, and that's right where I had my. I knew where to put my alert, and I made 37%, and literally, I think I timed it at 3 minutes and 90 seconds actually. So it was a really, really fun time. Conservative, I got out. I'm not going to hold it overnight and see if it breaks all this resistance. We can consolidate a little bit and dive down. I'll just wait for it to break this resistance here and then make another rip up. So that's a little lesson there about setting alerts and why it's important and how it will help you save money also. So with that said, guys, lick your wounds, have a good night, try to forget about it, and if you made money today, very happy for you guys, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.